Na Proglasu začíná pořad Jak se vám líbí, vítá vás Milan Tesař. Dnes je nás v našem koncertním studiu rozhodně více než obvykle, jedna z nejpočetnějších sestav, minimálně za poslední dobu, takže já tady vítám, nebudu vítat jmenovitě, ale kolektivně Varšavsko-Lublinský dechový orchestr, anglicky The Warsaw Lublin Wind Orchestra, in Polish it's
Varšavsko-Lubelská orkiestra Denta.
Tak, orchestr představil Filip Majerovský, kapelník, a já vás tady tedy všechny vítám. Dobrý den, dzień dobry. Tak a než si začneme tedy povídat jak o orchestru, možná o historii nebo současnosti dechové hudby v Polsku, tak já poprosím o první skladbu. So please the first song. Varšavsko-Lublinský dechový orchestr. Co jsme teď tedy slyšeli? What have we heard now?
That was Podróżniak, which is the old kind of the tune that was played when the orchestra was moving from the church to the wedding. So that was like a road song.
Mm-hmm. U nás je samozřejmě velká tradice dechových hudeb i v různých regionech s různým repertoárem, ale já vlastně moc toho nevím o tradici dechových orchestrů v Polsku. Na co tedy konkrétně Varšavsko-Lublinský orchestr navazuje? There is a huge tradition of brass orchestras in our countries, but I don't know much about the tradition in Poland. So was the tradition you built your music on?
So in Poland there are also multiple wind orchestras or brass bands all over the country, but we are inspired by the tradition of the small brass bands that were playing on the southeastern Poland, where was like the Roztocze region, and the brass bands were there very popular because they just after the war they started playing at the weddings, and actually that was the first band to choose when you were getting married. So the brass band were like rocking these times for 50s, 60s, 70s. And then after that, it started to a little bit disappear. They are still there, and we are learning from them directly. But it's not as popular as it was, these times.
Takže to učení se je tedy spíš od těch starých muzikantů, anebo z nějakých archivů. So when you are learning, it's from older musicians or from archives?
Actually, it's both. So we are meeting with the older musicians, but also we are taking the tunes from the archives and also old recordings, which aren't many because most of them wasn't recorded at that time, and also the old note sheets that we are getting from these older musicians from Roztocze region.
Tak já poprosím o další skladbu. Co to bude teď?
It's going to be Foxtrot.
Jaké druhy tanců se hrály na svatbách v první polovině minulého století? what kind of dances were played by brass bands in the first half of last century in Poland?
Most of them were traditional ones, so polka and oberek especially. But later on they started to play some more modern songs like waltzes, foxtrots, tangos, and everything that was starting to getting popular. But that was the music for dancing, so it was purely taken from the fiddler's bands and adapted to the brass bands. And that's why, that's really like old songs that we going to play today as well.
Jaký byl ten vývoj potom? Sledujete třeba i co ty brass bandy, co ty dechové hudby hrály v dalších desetiletích? Je to pro vás zajímavé? What about next evolution of these bands? Is it interesting for you how this evolved after, for example, after the Second World War and?
Yeah, that was like kind of a music revolution over there because the village was quiet rather at that time, before the brass bands came, and then it was like a huge blast when the brass bands were starting to play, and everyone wanted just to have them. So in initial years they were like getting more into tradition, but then they were also evolving, as you just said. But couple of them that are still playing are rather stick to the tradition, and they are still playing these old polkas, obereks, but also some other tunes as well.
Okay, so what's going to be next?
Waltz.
V pořadu Jak se vám líbí, vám hraje Varšavsko-Lublinský dechový orchestr, který vznikl v roce 2017 ve Varšavě a mě by vlastně zajímaly okolnosti toho vzniku, proč jste se rozhodli vůbec dechový orchestr založit. So you were founded in 2017. What was the reason? Why did you decide to form this orchestra?
So some of us, as we are sitting here, like Olga, Emmanuel, and I don't know who else, but we were going to the brass workshops together, and we were, exercising and thinking that, it's fine to improve your workshop, but still we were really wanted to play together with each other. And then after that, we started forming the group. And then, over the years, there were like plenty members of this band, so it was much extended. But at the very beginning, we decided to start with playing with this old Roztoče music, and that's how it started.
Měli jste už předtím nějaké zkušenosti s podobným žánrem? Did you have some experiences before with this genre?
With what?
Did you have some experiences before you formed the band?
As
with
this group,
genre?
no,
Yeah.
but many of us are playing in some other bands, singing. Most of us are coming from the traditional scene in Poland, so that was like a kind of natural move for us to form the brass bands. But for some of us, it's a completely new experience to start playing the traditional tunes, because some of them, for example, were playing in let's say not traditional, but like a modern brass bands or wind orchestras.
Pro jaký typ publika hráváte? Jsou to spíš pamětníci nebo třeba publikum, které si rádo poslechne něco nového? Who are your listeners in Poland? People who remember the old era of brass bands, or people who want to listen something new for them? Or what?
Well, I would like to first say that our boss, we can say, it's very modest, because like he's the one who founded the orchestra, and he's got a huge experience how the orchestra works in general, because he's got this experience playing for years. So actually it was not that simple, Philip, that we just said, okay, let's play, and then we played, because it requires a lot of skills to make the notes from the hearing of each instrument. And our public, well, it's, I would say, when we go to play in villages, it's people who remember. And when we play in the city, it's new generation, revival wave of young dancers who want to dance this music.
A hrajete častěji a raději k poslechu nebo k tanci? Do you play more often and more often to dance or to listen to?
Well, luckily to dance. We love playing to dance, and I think it's Am I saying right? Yes, we play to dance more often.
We organize dancings.
Okay.
We don't like to play when people don't dance.
And
Actually,
if
Yeah.
there is not enough of people, we dance ourselves.
Okay. So I'm very sorry I don't dance now.
We are gonna
But-
start very soon.
if you want to invite someone from the group, you can.
Okay. So please, the next song.
Next is gonna be polka, and the full title is the Old Polka.
Když už jsme se bavili o tom tanci versus poslechu, tak mě by zajímalo, jestli orchestr přizpůsobuje repertoár akci, na které hraje. Protože Varšavsko-Lublinský dechový orchestr hrál na řadě zajímavých festivalů jak v Polsku, tak v zahraničí. Byly mezi nimi třeba mezi těmi polskými festivaly jako Movie Brass nebo Etnoport nebo Wszystkie Mazurky Świata. Takže ptám se tedy na ten repertoár. Do you change your repertoire according to the festival or when you play? For example, Wszystkie Mazurky Świata, Movie Obraz, it's different actions.
Rather not, but we got like more than 100 pieces already of the dance tunes, so we can rotate the repertoire in that case.
A z těch zahraničních festivalů, co byl třeba váš největší zážitek? You played at several festivals or concert abroad. What was the best for you?
Well, each one
Which one?
is the best.
This one.
The current one that we are playing.
But very special was the WLOD festival in France, in Paris, because there we place let's say avant-garde piece made by one of our members who's not here, Sebastian Belia. So we played a new composition that was basing on the old pieces of the Roztocze repertoire. So that was kind of special. After that we played to dance. So that was like a kind of contrast. We played the avant-garde piece first, and then people started to dance to it after that. So that was kind of unique, I would say.
Máte pak příležitost tady ty avantgardnější skladby hrát i někde dál, třeba v Polsku? Do you have occasions to play these avantgarde pieces in Poland somewhere?
Yeah, there was a Polish premiere already, and we are open to play it somewhere else. Of course, it's not very easy, but we are looking for opportunities to extend our style not only to the tradition, but looking for some experiments as well.
Takže teď to bude tradice nebo experiment? So right now it's going to be a tradition or experiment?
Very traditional oberek from WLOD village.
Okay. Jaký je dnes v Polsku zájem o tradiční hudbu mezi mladými lidmi? How about young people in actual Poland? Are they interested by traditional music?
Well, yes, nowadays there is a big wave of so-called revival, which is like coming back to traditional music, and the environment is growing. So there is more and more people that attend to different workshops of singing, dancing, playing different instruments. I think we can even say that we are a bit people from this wave that, well, you can see we are not the youngest. So, and most of us, we started playing the instruments when we were already adults. So yes.
And also we have a very large spectrum of ages, because I think we go from 20-something to 60-something, so it's a rich spectrum and representative from the people, the audience also.
But regarding the brass music in Poland, especially traditional, we are working on it to getting it more popular as it is in Czech Republic right now. We don't have like a dedicated radio as you do have sometimes to play, and festivals like that are very popular. But we are still working on this. We are doing the festivals, we are playing the music, of course, and getting to get it more to the people, because, you know, what we play, it's not what comes to your mind when you think about brass music in Poland. It's not like by default. So we are working to change it.
Takže naopak, když řeknu dechová hudba v Polsku, co si nejčastěji lidé představí. So when I would say brass music in Poland, what most of people think about?
Like a standard marching band playing marches, and also when playing the concert, they are rather concentrating on the modern music. So it's like you know, the film music, like some bit of classic, but also like pop songs from, I don't know, groups like ABBA, Queen, and stuff like this. So it's rather wide range of genres, but still it's like more into modern stuff than we do.
Takže předpokládám, že teď to nebude ABBA, so I suppose that's not going to be ABBA right now.
Not ABBA, but this is like, it's going to be a tango from a Polish big beat group, which was Breakout. Maybe you heard about it or not. And they were playing like rather like blues music, something like this. But they also made a tango, which was played by multiple brass bands in the Roztocze region these times in the 80s. So that's where we're taking it from. Raz, dva, tři, čtyři.
Varšavsko-Lublinský dechový orchestr. Je mi jasné, že je to tedy hudba hlavně k tanci nebo k živému poslechu. Ostatně proto i kapela hraje v našem studiu živě, ale přesto, kdyby si někdo chtěl vás poslechnout, máte nějaké oficiální nahrávky nebo dá se někde pustit vaše hudba? it's sure that it's music for live playing, for dancing. But if someone wants to listen to your brass band, is there a possibility? Do you have official recordings or some internet recordings?
No, we don't have an official recording yet, and we are allowed, as you said, stick to the playing live because that was the music was made for. But you can find multiple recordings of us playing live on YouTube, and we hope that after this session, the people can listen to the whole session on YouTube as well after we play. So we really prefer to have live recordings available mostly.
Tak, v každém případě, pokud teď nás tedy posloucháte z rádia nebo z archivu, tak ano, můžete si dohledat i záznam na YouTube, kde tedy najdete tento pořad i s obrazem. Tak já myslím, že máme čas ještě na two more. We have time for two more compositions. So.
Okay, so we will change a little bit. And don't be surprised if we will start singing these tunes as well.
Okay.
Raz, dva, raz, dva.
No.
pořadu Jak se vám líbí vám hrál a ještě hrát bude Varšavsko-Lublinský dechový orchestr pod vedením Filipa Majerovského. Filip, do you want to introduce all the members?
Sure, let's do it. So from the right hand side there are tenor sax horns, Marcin Chrzanowski-Leszek Kur. Then is a trombone, Piotr Lachowicz, only one. These alt horns, Mira Wachowska-Nowak, Stanisław Schabowski, Iwona Pawlak. Trumpers, the most member group, so Mikołaj Janowski, Olga Kozieł, Małgorzata Leszko, Emanuel Lewi, Magda Szachowicz. Dalej mamy klarnety Marlena Ostrowska i Michał Nowak. Flet piccolo Katarzyna Krasuska. Bęben Franciszek de la Tour.
The best.
No i ja gram na tubie, Filip Majerowski.
Tak já moc děkuju, že jste k nám přijeli, že jste nám tady hráli. Budu se těšit třeba na nějaké další setkání i při jiných příležitostech. Pořadem provázel Milan Tesař, o zvuk se starali Tomáš Hlávka a Jarda Bašus a teď na závěr ještě jednou tedy Varšavsko-Lublinský dechový orchestr. So thank you very much for coming and see you one next time.
Raz, dwa, trzy, raz, dwa.
Za te kare oczy serce swe